What is going on, everybody? Critic and the Common Man here, back for another review of today, episode 6 of... What's that show again? Man, I don't know. I used to think I was so... Bam! Pop it up there, Invincible.
There you go, perfect.
Up today, episode 6 review of Invincible. We were a little bit late on this one, so we did, if you watched our episode 1 through 5 review, we kind of got started, and now we're just kind of diving into the story a little bit more. Gotta say, man, we are now 6 episodes into this, Chris. Still, without a doubt, my favorite thing out there, dude. I'm loving.
Do you know how many
show.
episodes are in this? Because I really hope it's not about to finish.
Hopefully 1,000. Honestly,
Yeah,
hopefully this
honestly.
just keeps going forever because I'm like really into this show right now. Episode 6. This show, much like The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, is just kind of getting more and more emotional. I seem to be getting more and more involved and connected. I'm more invested than ever. And this one, we came off of a really heavy episode. So if you remember at the end of episode 5, everybody's in rough shape. Everybody's in really rough shape. Mark gets beat up. He's almost dead. And then he kind of comes back to life. They bring him back. He heals. He's, saying he got hit by a bus to kind of cover. Now they seem to be stepping away from this a little bit. It's interesting. Everything was so focused on this Guardians of the Globe feel and these, Teen Force Guardians kind of becoming the new Guardians of the Globe. Now it seems like everybody's taking a step back. A lot of subplots going on here. You, of course, have the story of Mark, Will, and Amber going off to meet the hunky Rick, who is, at college. And then also you have Omni-Man. And I always forget the mom's name.
Is that not weird to anybody else? It's definitely not Maria, but we can call her Maria.
I gotta look at it.
Is it not weird? And I have to just put this out there. It's a college dude, with a high schooler. Is that not weird?
Hey man,
It's
if he's 18.
I mean,
I
true.
mean?
All of the characters, all of the main characters that we're looking at. I wasn't 18 when I graduated high school. Most people aren't, right?
I think I was. I'm pretty sure I was 18 when I got out of high school.
Damn. That's true, because if you graduate
all the college
in May
ladies
or
were
June,
flirting with me, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Nolan. So Nolan, aka Omni-Man, and Debbie, their subplot is going on as well,
Maria.
and that's getting really dark. So
yeah, it is. Fuck
Debbie
you,
has now
Nolan.
basically found out that he has killed them, and she's trying to find out why. But I was interested in Nolan's response and Omni-Man's response because he didn't seem... I mean, he definitely got a little bit defensive, but he didn't snap. He didn't go crazy and just silence her, kill her. He didn't just start killing everybody. He's still trying to keep his cool, which makes me think there's some sort of ulterior motive to him killing
What did he
these
say
people.
to her, right? He completely denied it again, right?
He denied it, and then she threw the glass bottle at him, and
Yeah.
she took it surprisingly well. I guess it's sort of the problem of what do you do? It's kind of like what we see in The Boys, where, when they know Homelander's evil, certain people, you're still sort of at a loss because
What do you do?
supposed
Yeah.
to do? Yeah, what are you supposed to do? How do you punish somebody who can destroy your whole existence, at the snap of a finger?
Yep. And we've seen him wreck a planet.
An entire planet.
Yeah.
And in one of the most intense parts of the season, he goes in and obliterates an entire species.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot to take in this one. So the villain in this one, D.A. Sinclair, super creepy, kind of med school genius asshole.
I was like,
character.
his name is J.K. Simmons, but all right. I got it. D.A. Sinclair, yep.
Right, the med school guy who's creating these cyborg people. This is pretty fucking
Also
heavy,
really
man.
fucked up.
Really fucked up.
Yeah.
This show has a serious dark side, which I think is what helps it kind of grab your
He straight up
attention
cut
so
out
much.
the frontal part of his brain and just yep, it's right there.
Well, the first guy, the douchey rich party boy that comes out of the bushes, when he traps him, it's freaky to see him. He's beating up Mark, which, by the way, that's something that needs to be mentioned too, is that Mark has kind of been getting his ass kicked in these last few episodes, and that's a little bit weird. I'm not going to say I don't like it because it's fine. It's just, it is what it is. But for somebody who's supposed to be invincible, he's kind of getting his ass handed to him in the last couple of episodes.
I think they're definitely setting us up for something. They're making him look vulnerable. Everything is kind of falling apart around him, including his own personal life. And I think that's done on purpose. They're setting us up for the moment when he is at some point going to have to take on his dad. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's going to happen in season 1. I've got to imagine there's
know.
going to be more than one season of this show. I'm also wondering how much of Omni-Man's crime is Mark going to even know about by the end of season 1. Is some of it going to get out? Is he still going to be oblivious? I don't know.
I have a feeling that it's just going to be Debbie that knows for a while.
It could be. And, oh my gosh, I remembered his name last week when we were talking about it. The main guy with the scars on his face who's in charge of, like...
Art? No, Sid?
Isn't it, like, Cedric or something like that?
I think it is Cedric.
I don't know. Cecil. Isn't it Cecil? Yes.
Cecil. I'm just going to... All the names that we're throwing.
Yeah, there's a C. There's a C in there somewhere. Cecil... Let's hope Cecil's right. Cecil knows... It's like not even... It ends up not even being Cecil. Right. We're just saying his name wrong for the rest of this episode. Cecil knows. He knows what's going on, but he's also trying to investigate and find some sort of vulnerability in the Viltrumites. And we still have the story of Robot with the Mauler twins. We have no idea what he's doing with them. What are they growing?
I have a theory about that.
All right, go ahead.
I think that and at first we thought there was some like malevolent reason for him making this. I think he's making the girl, what's her name? Monster Girl?
Monster Girl.
I think he's making her a new body.
You know what? It's funny you say that because I thought he might be doing some sort of like philanthropic, philanthromatology, wombology. It's funny you say that because I started thinking maybe there's an ulterior good motive for him doing this as well. The only reason why I think maybe not is it'd be kind of fucked up that he let that one guard die just to get the Mauler twins out. Because remember, he opened the little like chicken pot pie door, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, Pete," and he kills that dude. I'm assuming he died.
He just kind of yanked him through, right? And then
maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just unconscious. That's true. But I was going to say, it's kind of messed up to kill that guy just to end up getting Monster Girl a new body.
He is programmed to care about all humans, so I don't know.
I did think that maybe there was some sort of good motive behind this, and we think Robot's going to be evil because he let him free, but maybe he's actually doing something good.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe he's making himself a human body.
That's what my first reaction was. But remember, he also got the blood from a lot of people. Remember, he poked one of them, and then he had like a vial of his blood, and it just like went right into his.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if that was Monster Girl. I thought that was Rex.
I think he got Rexplosion. I'm pretty sure that he got Rex.
What the hell is he doing? I don't know. I have no idea.
There's a lot of subplots going on in this, and all of them, when you really look at them, are pretty much as interesting as the other.
Yeah.
Let's jump into Mark and Will and Amber's story for a little bit here. So obviously, the main one in this is Mark is trying to figure out what he wants to do with his life, and he's stepping back from the superhero role a little bit, deciding maybe he wants to take a more traditional route and have a life and go to college and be with Amber.
He even says
he can't catch it. Yeah, he can't catch a break with this girl. Not that he deserves one. I mean, if you really look at it from her point of view, he's either been late or missing from every date they've showed us. And then when they're finally in trouble, he has to jump away. Although Will finds out that he is invincible, which adds kind of a new dynamic. Now the best friend knows that Will is a superhero, which I thought was an interesting spin. I like that they did that. I feel like at some point he's going to come clean to Amber about who he is.
I think so. I mean, there's no way, especially at this point now.
I don't think they're just going to let that relationship die before he comes clean. And maybe that will be what kills it.
See,
and
here's the thing.
That's one thing.
I think they're going to let the relationship die, and then him and Eve are going to have a thing.
Do you think that they're going to kill off Amber or somebody big? Because I was scared they were going to kill off Will in that last episode. Like I
was too, man. I was too.
Nobody is safe in this show,
No.
dude. Nobody is safe. I mean, when the first episode ends with all of who you think are main characters getting like just brutally murdered by, quote unquote Superman, nobody's really safe in this, dude.
Yep.
So I don't know. I have a bad feeling that either Will or Amber, one of them is going to die. I don't know if it's going to be the next episode, but I think it may be in his reveal to Amber. It's kind of a classic superhero trope. He reveals who he is. She realizes he's the superhero, and then he can't save her. You know what I mean? He has to go to save her as the superhero, and then maybe he's too late, kind of Spider-Man-esque. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, their storyline was pretty interesting to me. Very dark, like very just psychologically dark, how this dude is taking these people, kidnapping them, removing parts of their brain so where they're just subservient, and then making these cyborgs basically. I don't know.
Very quickly too. Yeah, I don't know. You're right about Mark getting his ass handed to him a lot. Again, I think they're setting us up for something. Really depressing.
It seemed especially in this episode that those people shouldn't have been able to beat him up.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just, if anything, they're just robotic. They're just metal and then human flesh.
Just slightly
and he
stronger.
Can fly. Right. I mean, he can fly through buildings. So you're telling me he couldn't just tear their bodies apart or like tear the metal apart? I just don't
they're
quite
made out of vibranium.
Maybe it's something like that. He's got some rare mineral, but regardless of what it is, I mean, this is a dude who literally in previous episodes flew through buildings,
Yeah.
He's like punching people through walls,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
problem. So I don't know, but sorry, go ahead. I interrupted you.
I don't know.
for sure.
Maybe he's still hurt from, like, maybe he's still recovering, or he's weak from. I mean,
fair.
dude, he got a hole in his stomach. Like, that was intense.
Right, that Battle Beast guy just blasted a hole in him with that mace. I mean, that was a pretty significant blow.
Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely different. But let's see. I'm trying to think. There was something I wanted to bring up. I mean, I guess the biggest thing that happened in this, besides, Eve kind of leaving and creating her badass treehouse thing, she's going around just like she's just like, oh, here's some crops. Like, dude,
Just
her
helping
powers
people
are
out.
insane. Her powers are like reality bending. That's, I don't know, man. That's
So she is she basically like manipulating things at the atomic level? Is that what's
yes.
going on?
Yeah.
Man, yeah. So she's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's why-
she's got some crazy powers.
That's why I think that her and Invincible teaming up is going to happen at some point, because I think the two of them together can take on Omni-Man.
That's going to be interesting if if either any of them are going to be strong enough to take on Omni-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to end up taking
All they have
on
to do is
Omni-Man in
take
this
off
season.
Omni-Man's gauntlet and use the stones to
Yes,
snap him out. That's
it's just me being Doctor Strange.
Oh, only one.
I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to end up actually fighting Omni-Man this season. I kind of hope they don't. I want this to go on longer. I don't want this to all wrap up with a nice little bow at the end of this, because I want more.
Yeah, me
I don't
too.
want this season to be over. This is like really, really good superhero content. I like that they're not shying away from representation. His best friend is openly gay,
Yep.
and
Since episode
he's
one.
Since episode one, and
Yeah.
it's fine. He's got great character development. It makes for a more interesting show.
Interracial
There's more
relationship.
depth to it. Interracial relationships.
So now
absolutely.
it's not weird if you and I have our thing, finally.
It was never weird to me, but you just were in denial about us. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
kind of
well.
sad to me that you still haven't told your parents, but it's your life, and I'm not going to pressure you. But anyway, I just feel like you don't love me anymore. I feel like
That's great.
I know. I do like where this is going. Okay, Omni-Man, Nolan. I'm still not positive that he didn't have some sort of, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say this, because how could all those Guardians be bad? I don't know. But I almost wonder if he has an ulterior motive that's not evil also, or if he's gonna try to justify it somehow, and in his justification of it, are we gonna understand it at all?
Yeah. No, you're right. I'm very curious, because he passed out at the beginning, at the end of the first episode, and I don't know. It really does leave you with like a what's really going on kind of a thing.
We still don't know. They've just left
Everything
that
is a
cliffhanger
mystery,
dangling
yeah.
there. Yeah.
And like I was saying, the biggest thing to take away from this last episode is that now his friend knows. So it's going to be really interesting to see, one, how does he recover from, this guy that he was kind of falling in love with being a machine at this point, which I'm now thinking that guy, Rick, might be a new superhero or something.
Oh, you think they're gonna bring him back even though he's missing like parts of his brain and everything?
I don't know.
Maybe. No. I was talking about Omni-Man.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
thinking,
I know what
wonder,
you mean.
I got you. But I don't know, man. I don't know with Rick and Will. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Now it's gonna be interesting how they develop that relationship. I think Will be in it a lot more now that he knows Mark is invincible. But
Every
just
time.
throw that up every single
time.
Yep, every single time. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think if there are any other subplots going on that. Oh, also, at some point, that astronaut that came back down as one of those like brain sucker things, that's got to come back into things somehow.
Yeah.
They're not going to just sweep that under the rug forever.
Yeah. I don't know, man. There's a lot of different ways and a lot of different directions the show could go, and I'm all for it. Like, the show's just so entertaining to watch, and even like on the action level, it's entertaining, and just, like, what are these superheroes going to do about this major problem? But also, like, his relationship and his home life and stuff.
Right.
It's all just super entertaining.
That it is. Well, and they leave things open-ended, which is nice. We've got a lot of characters. Seth Rogen's character, the guy who looked like something out of Lilo and Stitch, he's still Alan. Yeah, he's still got something going on in this, we think. They do a good job of leaving it open-ended. Let's hope that they can piece these strings together and kind of close these loopholes out in an effective and satisfying way. Sometimes shows do a really good job of setting up the conclusion, and then the conclusion is a little bit lackluster. I don't expect that out of this show yet, but I am excited. Did you notice, and I know you're not a big Rick and Morty guy, but it's to the listeners out there, I'm sure you guys noticed that the voice of whatever his name was, Chet or whatever, the like drunk rich dude who comes out of the bushes, that was Dan Roiland, the voice of Rick and Morty, basically.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah, I knew that he was
the guy at the beginning.
The guy at the beginning. Yep, the guy at the beginning. So let us know what you guys think. We're really invested in the show.
In their position, would you have fucked Chet or Chad or whatever? We're curious. We want to know. So,
right. And would you, if you were Chris, do you think it's fair for me to set a timeline on this relationship to say if you don't tell your parents by X day, then that's it? I want some.
My mother was right about you.
All right, guys, let us know. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Invincible episode 6. Hopefully we get at least 2 more episodes this season. No good show is complete without at least an 8-episode season, as they like to say in France. No, je le paie et tapé,
Saison,
as they say. Oui. And so that's it. Episode 6, Invincible.
There goes all of our French listeners.
Yeah, and they're gone. And we're off YouTube. Let us know, guys. Leave a thumbs up, thumbs down if you hated it. What did we actually say in French? Please let us know down below. Give us some feedback on this relationship of ours that we've developed here. All right, guys. We will be back next week for our episode 7 review of Invincible. I cannot wait. I am setting an alarm clock. Midnight on Friday. I'm going to be watching it. Chris, you got anything else for episode 6 of Invincible?
No, I was going to throw in the Invincible thing, but then my brain died because you just said Invincible and just threw me off. So
it's like someone removed your frontal lobe.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Peace.